Howdy, and welcome to Moose Podcast number 368, award winning. How you guys doing? Been a busy week, man, lots of emails. I want to start off by thanking all the folks who came to the Thursday night Zoom presentation the Lehigh Valley Camera Club was so kind to host. Over 600 people registered, 303 people were there at one time. It was a great evening, and I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about just one of my favorite topics, mammals. So, thank you, folks. And the emails just keep coming in from that event. And wow, it's just been, it was really, it was really, as they kept saying at the club, it was record setting. So, thank you guys. Again, this week, I'm recording using Adobe Podcast Beta. I'm told that the manuscript transcript's a little bit better this time. Yeah. But for those folks who want to use that transcript, it will be, of course, linked in the podcast blog post on the website. I know many of you listen to this other means rather than clicking on the my website. That's fine as well, but that is there for you guys. Hey, I also want to thank my good friend at Bedford Camera, bedfords.com. There's a box coming to me today from my favorite folks. You know, I probably should go get on a couch and talk to somebody about this problem of mine of always calling up Bedfords and buying gear. Because obviously my accountant isn't getting through to me, which of course is, yeah. But these guys, they just rock. Great stuff, great prices, great advice. They are taking, of course, pre-orders for the new Nikkor Z600 PF lens. No, I have not seen it, and I will not be ordering it. Not with the Z600 F4. That'd be kind of redundant. But yeah, Bedfords. Hey, by the way, PhotoCon. What is it? 10 days away. I'm not going to be there, but sure like to have you guys there. Stop by, tell Bedford thanks for sponsoring the podcast. Take home some great deals with that extra 5% with the Moose discount. Oh man, it's good stuff. So bedfords.com, thank you ever so much for sponsoring the Moose podcast. Award winning, award winning, award winning, award winning, award winning. So I guess it's the season for award-winning advertising, and that got me to thinking. Award-winning, going way back, way back, way back, before I even had a driver's license. I was in high school photography class, and doing all those assignments, and we had a lot. I had a great high school photo teacher, a mentor, Mr. Traub. He was, man, he took my head and spun it 100 times and put it straight for me. He was great, and we did a lot in that class, which included entering a lot of contests. It was in Southern California, and there was a lot available for high school students. And my senior year, I was in photo class because junior year, end of the year, I kind of cleaned up on awards, and my head got pretty big. And I cleaned up. I got everything from the LA County Fair to all the ones, the local colleges. I mean, I just cleaned up, and I had still got them somewhere. I know I moved to Montana. All the ribbons and the medals and the trophies. And then I started seeing all this stuff this week, award winning. And I got to tell you, I question the process. I question the value of something that's called award winning. And why? Well, I can only talk about myself, and I started thinking about this when I started all this award winning advertising. I'm like, yeah, who gave you the award and who are they? But anyway, I went diving and I found a couple of the photographs of my award winning photographs. And I gotta tell you, man, I put them back in the box as fast as I found them. Yeah, that's my point. Award winning. They use it. They use it to market, to sell us stuff, because I guess the assumption is that if it's award winning and we use it in our photography will be award winning. I don't know. Is that the assumption? I don't understand that. It's kind of like professional grade. Yeah. What does that mean? To be really honest with you, because the things that happen, I got an email just before I recorded this podcast, and it still has me a bit, I'm just perplexed. Anyway, professional. Anyway, so had a student this past month, and they were really, really, really focused on getting their words, the award winning shot for this month's camera club competition. They were really focused on it. And I was like, if that motivates you, that's fine. Until about the third day, maybe the second day. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is almost, wow. A bit on the cycle side here. Because every photograph, is this award winning? This photograph, award winning? Is this award winning? So it just got me to wonder what is and what qualifies anything as award winning? Yes, I realize that contests put out rules. Those rules, everything from the size of the file, what you can and can't do, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at them, none of them say, well, the subject has to fill X amount of the frame, or the photograph has to be right out of the camera, some of the things that really matter aren't listed as criteria for award winning. So then, and since I haven't done it for 2 years now, I have stopped judging or being part of photo judging contests because too often in those contests, the photographs come up and there are more than one winner. I mean, seriously, there isn't one that is just award winning. There could be, this last one I did, I got in trouble because they wanted me to commit to one. And I'm like, these 4 images are outstanding. And we had to debate it. Why? And I said, well, do you know what these photographers went through to get these photographs? It doesn't matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Of course it matters. It matters a whole lot. If someone, gives you lobs you a softball, right? And you hit out of the park, that's expected. If it is, this fast slider outside curve that did a loop-de-loop in a barrel roll and you smacked out of the park, wow. So there's, right off the bat, that didn't go into award winning. Next, taking something that's really common and bringing it out very, very uncommon with a nice twist, artistic light, and this heart grabbing little bow on it. And no, it's just a common thing. No, it doesn't. There's nothing in the rules that said the subject matter has to be rare or this thing called award winning. It's used to sell you stuff, and it's used to kind of, like a carrot on a stick. It's used to get you to think that your photography either isn't worthy enough or what. I just kind of this past week have begun to wonder, when will the thing that really matters, and that is, as far as I am concerned, the visual storytelling, the reaching out and grabbing heartstrings, when will that be the criteria for award winning? When can photographers move past it's the camera's not working, the lens ain't working, and to the photograph is working? When can we get there? Then maybe that award winning label could actually have some validity, could actually stand on its own 2 feet. I'm speaking to a number of folks out there who I know are you're listening that are very award winning focused. And I'm here to say to all of you as a group, there's more to photography than winning award. And as one who went back and looked at his award winning photographs and just shuddered, I'm here to tell you that, okay, you might win that award, but I'm here to tell you, not too far in the future, it isn't award winning. So then, how can you move past that? You've got to. I had a really had a marvelous student a week ago, and been corresponding with him since. And he had some really good questions. And one that really stumped me was, where could he leave my workshop and go to the next workshop to keep pushing the ball forward? And it really stumped me. And I did some looking. I called a couple of peers, and I wrote back because I said I was gonna, on the flight home, gonna think about it. And I wrote back, and I said I did not have an answer for him. And he wrote back a day later, and he said, "Well, I went through everything we went last week. Went through my photographs, went through what you've said and stuff." And he goes, I have decided that my best path is to take what I have right now and force myself to learn more and to move forward before going out and getting other outside influence on my photography." And I'm like, brilliant. Now that's award winning. That is bloody award winning. When a photographer can understand that his photography or her photography, their photography is just that, their photography. The other labels that their photographs get, plastered with, and whatever it is, good, bad, award winning, crap, whatever it happens to be, it's just somebody else's opinion, right? It's it comes down to, what is it you feel in your heart about that photograph? We all do many different things in our daily lives, not just photography, that in and of themselves are award winning. We have all these accomplishments we make every day, from small to major, that are award winning. And then there's some days where, yeah, strike out. Does it nullify the other days, or does it just give you more impetus to do better tomorrow? So I guess the real point of this podcast is, avoid labels. Avoid labels, especially in photography. Everything from the most negative that you might see someone plaster on something to the most positive. You've really got to decide for yourself, for products and for techniques and for education, and of course, for that final click, what truly is or isn't award winning. Fall is here. I am taking off. I'm in the park. You happen to see me, say hello. Remember, you can reach out and to make every click your story.